Hey guys, I don't normally do this video format. Usually it's not just me talking, it's been me recording some of the stuff I do at work, which is fun, but lately I've kind of been um, struggling doing that because there's a lot of things to not be excited about in the industry that I'm in right now. Um, Especially if you're a flat rate tech. Um, if you're if you're in the industry, then I'm going to be preaching to the choir. But I even challenge anyone who isn't in the industry of collision repair to watch this video because it does affect everybody. You're required to have insurance, car insurance, health insurance at all. You're required to have it all. And there's a lot of underpayment from the insurance companies right now, whether it's health or especially car. And I say especially because that's what I'm exposed to as a tech, the person actually fixing your car. Um, I'm going to get a lot further doing this type of content than I am sharing the way of fixing the vehicles because there's some problems with, and I'm not going to get into the the pay aspect of it because whenever I talk about, the underpayment or the cost of my labor, that doesn't really resonate with anybody, but I'm hoping that this can resonate with people. And maybe, you know, since you're required to have insurance on your car, maybe this would make somebody care, and maybe I'll make another video after this about, the underpayments for my labor side. But I wanted to come up with a scenario kind of on how this could be relatable to anybody who's ever had their vehicle fixed, or again, I say you're required to have insurance, you're required to pay it, you get ticketed and fined if you don't have it. So I'd hope I'm going to use a scenario to some of the struggles we have, especially the people who are actually fixing your vehicle. So I'm going to use this scenario. So let's say you drive a 2018 Jeep Cherokee and you bought it brand new. You wash it weekly. You just take really good care of your stuff. So let's say you get in an accident and your insurance company wants to put a used door on your vehicle. Like I said, I'm going to take the labor aspect out of it. Maybe I'll make a video on that later for the people who care about that, but I'm trying to make it relatable to everybody. So you have a 2018 Jeep Cherokee. Wash it every week. No rust, no dents, no scratches, no dings, nothing on it until you get in an accident. And the shop, wherever you choose to get it repaired, wants to put a new door on it because you take care of your vehicle, a new OEM door from the factory. So the insurance company will come back and they'll want to write a used door on it. And they'll use some fancy words like LKQ, which means like kind quality, but um, it's usually, I mean, sometimes it's the same or better, but a lot of the times we'll get a used door that we have to tear apart because none of the used components in that used door can be used in your vehicle because it doesn't have the same options as yours does per se. So we take all the stuff from your used door when we can, when applicable, and put it in the used door that we get. So that used door, when we get it, has been taken off by somebody who doesn't fix cars, and not to bash the people at LKQ or other junkyards, and there's good ones and there's bad ones, but um they're just selling us a door. So we take that door off, or they take that door off, and we gut it out for a set amount of time, whether it's a used door or a new door. So let's say, like I said, you're one of those people, you take really good care of your vehicle, wash it weekly, there's no rust, no scratches, no dents until you get in an accident. So I personally would expect a good quality door to be put on my vehicle again because I know the history of my vehicle. Now, this used door we're putting on, you don't know the backstory of that vehicle it was taken off. You don't know the accident that has been in that put it in that junkyard. So, it could be rusty on the bottom. They want us to fix that, put it on your car. There's dents and scratches in it that we have to fix to make it, back to pre-loss condition. And a lot of the times we're expected to do that for no additional labor. But again, I won't get into that because that's another video. And when I start to talk about my pay, I'm the only one who cares about my pay, really. Nobody cares about that aspect. I'm just trying to make it relatable. But to put it into perspective, because I'm kind of babbling because I've never done this type of content before. Would you be okay with a door from a 10-year-old vehicle going on your vehicle that's only 7 years old? I don't think I would. But that's kind of where I'm going to start this series, see where it goes. Maybe I'll get into the pay aspect of it too. So personally, I don't know. I can't tell you what to do. I can't tell you how to think, but I just think like if you are required to have something that you use in a, like an insurance way, like you use in a crisis, and you know, there's an expectant, you're expected to get the same quality back after an accident. I'd question everything. So if you're looking at your estimate and you see an LKQ door, I'd question it, and I'd ask them, like, what's this vehicle coming off? What's this used door coming off of? What's the backstory? Like, and it's okay to question, maybe tell them, like, I don't know the history of this door. What if it starts rusting and my door isn't rust, or the shop had to fix rust and my vehicle didn't have rust on it before? Those are okay questions to ask. Hopefully I can kind of, get a little better at this type of content, but I don't know, just be more be be more willing to be a part of the process, ask the questions. If you want all OEM parts back on your vehicle, say something. It's your vehicle. You have all the rights. Yeah, the insurance company is going to be like, well, it might cost you out of pocket expenses, but ask those questions. Don't let the scare tactics get to you, and hope everybody's getting out of the snow. Yeah. Anyways, thanks for watching. Bye.